Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing this morning? Sorry, we're getting a little bit late there. I have the girl today, so it's always things are a little bit slower. Um, yep. Sorry, I had to miss yesterday. Mom's port went in well, but Melissa ended up having to stay there last night. So, yep. So I had the girl. I'm not gonna lie, she was up probably till 11 last night. Yeah, she. Oops, oops. Yeah, yeah. Jin's running the class today. She's sitting on my lap with her play. So if you hear a little girl's voice, that's why. I was like, "You want to sit in?" I was like, "You want to sit in your bed?" She's like, "Nope, I'm gonna sit on Daddy's lap." I was like, "All right." She's supposed to be in school, but I obviously have not gotten there yet. So yeah, um, fun, fun, fun. All right. So this morning, not really tons of market movement. Seeing some pound strength is about the only thing coming in. She wants to trade late night Aussie. Probably. Honestly, Ernest, it'd be great for her because, like, literally every night it's me telling her to go to bed. Um, with the boys, it was 7:30, 8 o'clock. We dumped them in their cribs and they were out till like 6 o'clock in the morning. Um, basically, we have the timer set on her. We call her Play. It's her tablet. Um, we have it set for 10:30, and it's 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. Like she's negotiating with me every night. Um, and then I turn it off, and she's like, "No." So yeah, she's definitely in that stage right now. But yeah, she is a night owl. Like she hits 9 o'clock. Like Asher and Reese turn into pumpkins at like 9:30. Jin's like 11, 10:30, 11 o'clock. She's totally good. It's crazy. So yeah, she is definitely my night owl. So yeah, she is definitely an Aussie trader. Well, women don't listen. Yeah. Well, yeah. She called her brother stupid in the car. Melissa's like, "Don't tell him he's stupid." I was like, "Well, he was being dumb, but she it's pretty funny." Um, yes. Um, so yeah, news this morning, kind of like what we would consider basically being a split, right? Preliminary GDP quarter over quarter lower. It was expected to be lower. It came in lower than expected, but not much different than it was before. Unemployment claims better than expected, right? I mean, that's actually a positive figure. It's above the 200, which again, the 200 is considered extremely low anyway. And then obviously pending home sales comes in about the next 20 minutes. I think the pending home sales is a very interesting number today. It could be a catalyst for a reversal if that number comes in really, really bad. Um, it's kind of, for me, it's kind of a foreshadow of what's to come into the future, right? Um, reason why I say that is because so many people, I mean, for a lot of people, their number one investment is their home, right? And this is one of those things that it was different when Melissa got here. In Canada, they don't have the mortgage interest rate or the mortgage insurance, like the PMI. They don't have all that kind of stuff. Where you get like the tax deduction for it for your mortgage, right? For the interest. She was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Yes, it's like it's like the benefit of owning a home versus renting a home." She's like, "Well, I don't understand why anybody would want to really buy a home." I mean, she has like a condo and stuff. She got it as pre-sale, but again, it was something that during that time, it was kind of like their housing bubble is still going. I don't know if it's even a bubble at this point, but yeah, the prices of things go insane up there. But they don't have any of the tax benefits of owning. It's just for literally storage of wealth. So it was different. This starts changing in the United States. It definitely could be again kind of setting us on a path. So I think this is kind of a foreshadowing of what's coming. Tomorrow morning, obviously, we have Bullard speaking, and then we have the core PCE price index. Excuse me. I do think. Oh, sorry. I do think tomorrow's PCE is going to be. Um, um, it is a major market release, but I think the volume will be lower tomorrow with it being a holiday weekend. With that said, lower volume tends to also provide larger kind of movements in price. Um, so yeah, I think that's one of the things that we need to watch out for is that hey, listen, something could really, really happen, right? So anyway, with that said, I think that's a big one tomorrow. Watch out for it. It is pre-market, so again, it could set us off on one way or the other. With it being a holiday weekend too, and everybody tends to have that I, you know, it's kind of like a feel good Friday, but kind of early. Um, um, but again, we'll see what it is. Verizon consumer sentiment, I don't expect to change much tomorrow either, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, so that's it. that's, that's as far as news. The other big headlines out there, obviously, OPEC Plus says they're going to adhere to the policy meeting. They're going to raise on the target of what they originally said. So nothing changing there. Hold on one sec. So couple other things over there. I haven't gotten a chance to read this one yet. But China holds an unprecedented, massive video conference on the economy. You know, interesting. I have to watch the whole thing before I get an approach on it, or an opinion on it. Like I said, their approach to COVID was different. It says you just can't lock down multi-million-dollar cities because of a few cases of COVID. You can. They have. Um, you know, you can if you really want to. If that's they've had, they haven't had a million deaths. They have tons more people than us, but they haven't had a million deaths. So I mean, I guess it's your opinion that you could or couldn't. Um, I don't know. They just don't want to get to where the U.S. is, which I don't think is bad. I mean, think about it. They locked down and they never had, because of their lockdown, they didn't have all the original deaths from the original strain in Delta. And now that Omicron's out, and I'm like, oh God, Omicron's here, but Omicron isn't really necessarily killing people. So I don't know. I hate to say it, but kind of well played China. So we'll see. Again, they also want to keep their currency weak. They're an export nation. They need to be weak. If it's a powerful currency, that doesn't help them whatsoever. Besides that, again, we'll introduce temporary energy profits, an energy profits levy. Kind of funny that it's there, right? This is a good one too. I love it. We do not accept the West accusations that we block grain exports from the Ukraine. It was the West actions that led to the grain imports. It's kind of one of those things where it's like you point to this way and you point that way and you point this way. The West should cancel its decisions which prevent the export of grain from Ukraine. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, sometimes the way that like the translations come through are wrong on this one. Um, you know, I mean, think about it. If you're going to wage war on the population and you're trying to hurt, I mean, this is not something new, right? This has been since war existed, right? You know, feeding your troops and supplies and again trying to anti-feed the other troops. I mean, it's kind of common practice. So yeah, I mean, it is technically an war. It is an invasion. So I love when people make comments like that. It's like, I mean, call it what it is, guys. It is a war. It is a war. Billions of dollars funneling from one side. Um, so yeah, shh, too loud. All right, so let's go over the charts. We don't really have much more to talk about. Sorry, I was actually screenshotting something here for Tina. Start with the VIX. So VIX is more or less flatlined since yesterday after FOMC came in, and as it should be. There's none of the news is major enough news to be really jacking the VIX around. Obviously, with the market open, it will move like a little bit, but again, it's kind of doing what it should be doing today. Again, we have certainty in the market. That's great. Certainty is good. We know what they're going to do. We know what they're going to raise. Not much else that we need to kind of worry about. Um, dollar Dollar, I would say, is probably just more or less flat. I mean, it's really holding this 102 firm number, or number pretty firm. Came down, pushed back up again, grabbed the 23, is pushing back down again. We do have enough buyers down here in the bottom. It's probably a little bit weaker right now. And again, the reason why it's weaker is because they're like, yeah, 0.5, 0.5. And I think some people hope that they were going to get more for that one. I do think, the comments about how we're not going to stop it at 0.5, 0.5, that we will take it negative just so we can get a control under it. I think that's good. But it's not like we're going to go heavy first and then back off. It was literally just, you know, yeah. It was literally just, okay, bam, here we go. So, a little bit harder of a scenario with the dollar right now, but wouldn't say it's a major driving factor. PCE tomorrow will be more of a factor for currencies in particular. Again, the U.S. market is going to be lower, volume wise, but overseas is not. It does come in at the end of the European session, so maybe it provides some opportunity for something after that, right? Going into the currency, so Aussie dollar, again, we've been holding this line, haven't really gotten great entries. Did get a push down here, but didn't kind of retest. Again, it was removed. Still holding that same line. Again, look at all the basing. Peaked out, peaked out, peaked out, went through, peaked out, came back and touched it. Based in it, came down, peaked it, based out of the top, came back in again, based it, went down. I mean, so it really likes this figure at 70, 78. So It's a figure. Like I said, I think right now nothing has changed on this one all week at this point. The 71.26 up top is still the major level that we're looking for. The profit target has not actually been hit yet down here. Kind of sitting here at 70.20. And really, we're looking at 70 on the sides. We've literally just been skating down pretty much for the last 2 days, straight down this middle line. So we're kind of looking forward to move. Getting late in the week. I don't know if PCE can move it or not. But again, it's just showing that we really don't have too much going on with the Aussie right now. Uh, Hold on one sec. Okay, sorry, Melissa messaged me. I was like, "What?" Um, so not much going on there. Also, yen, also kind of in the same area. We had this area marked off earlier in the week, the 90.18. It was a target. Targets were hit, and again, it's fluctuating back and forth. There's nothing really in there. The 50 is holding firm. Again, the 50 did kind of not really get tested yesterday morning at 8:30. It kind of got front run on it, and then it's just literally been basing sideways, up and down. So I would say there's a lot going on. I think again, top side of this one, we'll remove this target. We'll kind of steal it and just recycle it. 90, basically 91, right? Right there. 91 is really kind of our top side where we have any confirmed targets, and it's okay. And then to the downside, again, it looks like this area has reestablished itself as that 50% pullback, and it's kind of using the channel. We talked about a break of it, but I think on the other side, we're going to have to box this off at 88. I'm sorry, 89.23. So there we go. So yeah, it's there. But again, not really a lot of trending market on this one, and unfortunately, this is what we have. Yeah, I mean, late last night reversal on that one, and again, just not much with no real news on site. So this one will be actually kind of dominated a little bit by the yen. It is going higher right now because of the yen's comments about weakening, but again, the market, I mean, if any other country said, hey, we're going to continue our easing policy right now, there should be much more movement, and there's just not, right? And again, we're seeing a little bit of yen play, but really not that much right now. And again, markets are up, yen is down, right? Is kind of what we're looking for. Euro pound. Again, this one came back down. It did grab the 50. It was a little bit shy of where we were looking for entry. And again, it looks like the 50 stepped in, but it did create a new base. So it is something that you guys could have gotten in, right? If you take the basing level right here, right? You can see we took a bounce, we took another bounce, and it's going higher. It hasn't quite hit its 1 to 3 yet. But, it kind of turned where it was supposed to. I wouldn't say that this one is, I would say that, again, this one now for me has moved back into we're going to use the euro pound as kind of an indication of which one we should be playing, the euro dollar or the pound dollar for the day. Right now, euros win a little bit. Is the scenario wonderful, perfect in Europe? No, but they are talking about raising in July. And again, we keep hearing more and more rumblings of 0.5 versus 0.25. Again, they've made comments that, hey, we're not as bad as the U.S., and it's like a big joke for them. But we'll see. I mean, again, it did pull back and it did hit this last major fib. And again, if we took fibs from the top here, right, and ran it down, you can see that right around where the old kind of 23 was, there is a level there right here. And again, it's an old level, and it also happens to coincide. So I would say right now, bracketing this one off top and bottom would be 85.36 if you're looking to trade it. And again, we have some confirmations it's rolled through, but I still think at this point it goes a little bit farther. It breaks below that kind of initial 50 target. I would say the next one lower for an entry for long would be kind of down here. Down at what, 84, 81? And we're kind of sitting in the middle, right? There's some sellers in here, but that's where I would kind of mark that one off at. Euro yen, you can see that this one has gotten a bit more. It took till 5 o'clock. So the initial kind of release from Japan was at 3 o'clock, brought Japanese strength in. It grabbed this old level down here, which was our old target level, the 135.36, based in there, and then kind of took off again, showing that, again, now we're having yen weakness come in. It's kind of the same thing, very, very much channeling between the two sides. This was an old level, and I'll drag it again. I don't know that I would take another entry off of it, but that's kind of the bracket right now between the top two. Really on this one, I would say I'd look for this to come up, and depending on what it does up at this level, the 136.62, I would say that this is, kind of an important level, but am I willing to put a limit order in there and say, hey, we hit 136.62? I out. No, it's not like that for me. I mean, it's already been, again, this is not the original basing, and we hit it and based in there again and pushed it at the end, pushed it at the end. It did drive it back, but is there really enough in there? Right? Is there really enough? I just don't feel like there is. So just be cautious with that. Euro dollar. So Eurodollar, we ended up coming down from yesterday. Yesterday morning, we had already pushed through the target. It is slowly rallying back up again, and it's had some, had some pickups. European session kind of came down right there. Was our 3 o'clock entry, right? If you were looking to trade this one off the European Open, there was a base that we would have been looking for. And again, there's a European session open right at 3 o'clock. Actually, 3 o'clock is right there. Actually, this is the 2:30 candle is what we're looking for on this one. So it missed it by just a little bit, but again, in close proximity where you should have been going long. Again, profit targeting should be back up top. And I would say if you are looking to get out, we already have an alert sitting up here. Is the alert enabled still? Yeah, yeah. Your profit taking for this long should be 107.34. I think that's a decent level. If this one can run up another 18 pips, right? Another 18 pips. I think this one could be a decent reversal level at 10:30 today. So it is kind of on my radar for that. Again, establish a decent level. You could take a more refined level of this one if you wanted. Again, no reason to take that full bit. Throw something along these lines in there, and then throw a short position on there. Again, remember this is an alert, and you can make the adjustments after that. But a 1 to 3 is only right there, right? So there you go. But yeah, 107.34. There's an alert there. And again, it is a little bit of a confirmed level, so not a bad runner. Not too much risk on it, right? You're talking about 39 pips, 40 pips, so decent runner for today. And with everything we've seen, I think that's probably a pretty nice trade setup for today. Pound yen. So pound yen is literally just whipsawing back and forth at 160. We're sitting at 160 flat right now. Again, that we've kind of marked these off, and these are old, right? This was the bounce here. Again, the same type of bracketing. Everything is kind of equalizing. And again, this is up 82 pips in 24 hours. A lot of it, again, the 3 o'clock in the morning was here. Drove it down, and then again, people analyzing those, and then again, 5:30 reversal we know is what we're typically looking for. The 5:30 reversal came in. I don't even think it was actually a setup. Let's see. Nah, it wasn't even a setup, right? I mean, it blew through the 50 like it was nothing. It cranked through the 61.8 and went almost all the way to the 78 before it got hit. So not necessarily as concerned about it. I think again, the conservative entry up top would be the 61.57. This is a zone that has been hit a few times. Again, we have a red on there. I think at this point, could we use it for a bottom? Sure. I'm wondering if we make the adjustment on this one and say, hey, listen, we're going to change it to right there. We're going to play the front run a little bit and go green off of that. Again, here's the zone, and it did confirm off of it. I'd say right now this is probably more of a tomorrow thing. It needs to go really up 150 or down 130 before it hits either of those two levels. On a lower time frame, I mean, if you're really looking to scalp this pair, and I know some people really enjoy scalping this pair. And again, I'm gonna change this purple for the scalpers. You can see there is a confirmation, top and bottom for this one. I'd say there, and didn't really turn on much. Probably there. Even scalp wise, I don't necessarily love that one as much. I'd kind of like this one more down here as far as the scalp goes. So I would say that those would be my two scalping levels for this one. If you're looking for pound yen, and again, 15-minute chart, very very small. But again, here's the base, a drop, a pullback, and then boom. It didn't explode off of it, but it was super late at night. But it did give us the pattern that we like looking for. And if you're looking for that scalping area, 160.50. So again, even a psychological level, and then in the 50. All right, we can take this one just because it's so close. I want to make it perfect right there, and you can see that's exactly where the piece came in. 160.50 flat. Pound dollar. So talk about a whipsaw. Pound dollars move 47 pips. It's less than half of an ATR. It's not really trending. It's literally going, it's up, down, down, up, down. And again, we talked about this 126.16, extending it across. You can see that that's what we tagged in the overnight. I don't need to be on the 15-minute. Supposed to be on the 30. All right, hold on. Right. There should be our zone. Right. And you can see right there is where we turn. So profit target out, 126.16 out. I would say right now, I can take this guy off. That doesn't change too much for me. Let's see. This is one of those funny ones. Everybody trading the 50%? Nope, did not get in. Now that it's high, now it's like, oh, it was. No, it wasn't. But you could have drawn this actually. You could have drawn the basing line right here and said, hey, I'm trying to get in early. It's decent. It's all right. I would say right now the 61.8 is a little bit more attractive for me. I actually like this level here a little bit better. And again, it requires a little bit more of a pullback. I don't know if we'll actually get down there, but if we are able to kind of roll over back again, I would say that there's potentially something here. I mean, kind of see what time of the day we hit it, but 125.35. Again, it is a 61.8. There is a pullback. It's a drop, a single candle base, and then a nice explosion. I mean, 3 candles straight up. That is 53 pips in an hour and a half. It's decent. It's a decent mover. It's not a single run here, but considering the time of morning that it did it, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's not horrible, right? Not bad at all. So yeah, so keep that on your radar. Hold on one sec. Sorry, Melissa's sending me a message of things that she needs that I got to bring her real quick. Okay. Yeah, so I think this top level, again, we already know it's a level before. It kind of was sitting right up there. I think we could actually turn this one red. We could potentially turn that into alert as well. Turn this red, turn it here. You're going to get down, Jin? Yeah? Okay. Don't step on the cord. There you go. Be careful. Oh, hold on. Put your leg over the cord. There you go. You going to get in your bed? Go ahead. You can move that chair if you want. You can do it. You're strong. Let's go ahead and set an alert at this area. We're going to put an area here, and we'll talk about. There we go. Hold on one sec. Okay. So yeah. So with that, 126.21 potential reversal. Again, we're seeing it comes from a much higher time frame area months back, and again, we were finding a lower time frame. So dollar CAD, very, very sideways. Dollar CAD is offering 38 pips movement total. And again, it's really just there's no movement for the most part. We're seeing, oil up. Oil's up at 113 now. It's up 2.34%. So we're getting some CAD strength back in again. But really, these two haven't been able to move much. You can see again, that was the 1030 reversal from 2 days ago. And then again, yesterday, let's see, yesterday the 1030 market was right here. Kind of provide again from 830 down, we shot straight down into a zone, and then oil, the oil inventory report came out and kind of brought us back up. But we're really more or less in the same area, this 128 level. And again, I'll draw it out here so we can see it. We'll do 128. Whoops. There we go. There's your 128 flat. Isn't that amazing how like it got front run here, and we just bounced off of it again? But look at all the basing on 128. It's going to be a psychological level. We'll see what happens with this one. So not really trending. Not really kind of my favorite thing to be trading right now. So not much else we can do with it. Dollar Swiss. Yeah, so Dollar Swiss is low. But again, also trending sideways. We had this area. We never got the Harry Potter entry, unfortunately. Again, it peaked through and based. And again, told us that, hey, listen, these guys are gone. So had you taken it the next time through, it did. It sliced all the way through, made it to full profit. And since that time, this zone, look at this. When I bring this across, look at this. Base, 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 pop, pop, base, 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 pop, pop, base, base, base. A little bit lower, pop, and then drop, and it's still there. So we're still in the same range. Not much you can trade on this one. I mean, if we take the extremes, right, the top and bottom of the swing, we're talking about 30 pips. If you got the extreme top to bottom. For the most part, all day yesterday, I mean, this is we dealt with for, 10 hours? You're talking about 11 pips top to bottom. So, again, is it the perfect area for you to be, no. Unfortunately, it's not. Is it okay? I think there's so much more opportunity out there. Unfortunately, the crazy part about this is if you look at the movement, the change right now since the close, it's down 0.29. You're like, wait a second, that's better than the dollar CAD. The dollar, it's actually ranked number what? 1, 2, 3. It's the third biggest mover. It's moving more than the pound yen, right? Inside of a 20 pip range. So, yeah, Not the biggest. Dollar yen. So dollar yen had a nice fall in the overnight, right? Late last night, we kind of pulled back up again, grabbed the zone, came all the way back down again. We got that news from Japan, and it kind of just pushed back. And look at this; it's already stalling right now. It can't really do much. I still like this 126.06 number. We've had some nice pushes. It's barely breached that zone. It is a 50% retracement, and that 50% is still holding. One thing we could do though is look at this level down here and say, hey, listen, here's a base, right? Right here is where the green area took off at, right? That's where the base was, and boom, it popped. You can see that that's what it ran into. So could this be a potential area for longs? And I would say probably. I mean, it was this morning. Basically, it got driven in there, and then again, did we know that Japan was going to make those comments? Not really, but it came up at base, and it confirmed that level, right? This is that confirmation entry. Up, base, pullback, and then boom, pull the trigger, and it went. Right now, it's looking like it wants to grind a little bit higher, but can it get through, can it get through this area? Not really. Not really. Um, is there trading opportunity here today? I don't think we can get to the 128.06 without any type of major headline. That would require a 102 pip move. That's kind of a lot right now with what we have going on in the market. But I'm going to say, could this be setting up for a kind of a weekend based trade? Something opening next weekend. Um, I would say potentially. It is going to be kind of a. So if PCE tomorrow, again, here, I'll draw this out so you guys can kind of get the idea of my thinking on this one. And again, you may or may not be interested in this one. If tomorrow we're around here, if PCE helps drive us up into this level, right? Market opens, we have the weekend. We don't have any US stuff until all the way over here. We're Sunday. Sunday night is here. Could we have a slow reversal back down again because of the yen? Yen comment? I think so. I think so. I'm curious to see if that's what it can look like. PCE will help drive this up on a Friday with low volume, right? Maybe like, oh my God, PCE, it's holding inflation. Look, inflation, it's continuing to grow. It's another 40-year high. Look at this. Wow. If it drives it back up into that zone with that 50% reversal, will be a level that, again, forex traders, international traders, they're very well versed in what fibs are. Again, Sunday night, no dollar influence until Tuesday, right? And again, anything that could provide, anything that would drive our stock market down, like, hey, listen, they're raising interest rates, or anything that Japan says that, like, oh God, the island's sinking, right? Could provide some yen strength coming back into the market for next week. So, kind of what I'm thinking of. That's the kind of the narrative on this one. We'll see if that one comes to fruition. But it depends on what it does. But I don't think there's going to be a trade setup today. So I think it's more for PCE. As far as other, I'm going to say currencies, but cryptocurrency. I'm just going to call them cryptos, right? I can't call them cryptocurrencies because they're not really, you're not paying for much yet. They're all red. So dollar basically down. Indices are all up 1.3%. Like all of them are up 1.3. I'm sorry, Russell's up 1.6, but everybody up is 1.3. Cryptos, unfortunately, it's all coming out again. It's money, big money it's fun to play with big money in cryptos when, it's like, hey, this is part of my portfolio, and yeah, when it's going to explode. But being back down at 30, the geniuses at 68 are, not running, not talking their mouth anymore, and it's not going that direction, as well as you're not getting dividends from it. So you're seeing more money being pulled out from it. Bitcoin, obviously, the most insulated. It is the largest of all of them, down only 2%, but it is below 30,000. It's actually below 29,000. Ethereum taking a big hit, 6.6% down. Again, down at 1,800, and even Dogecoin taking a 6% hit down to 7 cents, just under 8 cents. So again, not the 11 to 14 range that it was doing before. Bonds down, obviously. I would say bonds are really moving much today, and again, it's because of the indices. Everything's over there in indice land, but unfortunately, the commodities are taking off. Look at this. 9 o'clock. What happened at 9 o'clock? Right here. OPEC is going to adhere to policy on the June 2nd meeting, raising July output targets by 432,000 barrels per day. 6 OPEC plus sources. So yeah, they're basically holding firm with what they said they were going to do in the end, and the reason. I love this, right? Maybe a little drop. Reason why I say might because demand is still high. It's not that demand is high, but higher supply. Should we relax it? No. Yeah, basically what OPEC has said is there's not a shortage of oil. There's a shortage of oil that you want to buy, but we don't base things off of politics. And again, good for OPEC, right? It's a commodity, right? That's like saying, "Hey, I need your water. I need your food, but you know what? I would rather starve than eat your grain." Okay, so be it. Have fun. Um, yeah. Look, the latest and hottest stories, guys. Justin Timberlake sells song catalog to fund um to fund backed by Blackstone deal. So yeah, so Justin Timberlake, hottest economic news out there. Anyway, yeah. So the 111.77, we had hit that area before with good results, hit it again, and unfortunately, OPEC basically saying, "Nah, we're not doing it, guys." Has had this thing skyrocketing. Now, I think it will reverse. We had talked about 114.70 as the next reversal. God, I hope we're not looking to shoot to that target right now over the weekend. Look at that. Oil, on Thursday, it's not even Friday yet. Thursday, if this thing doesn't pull back, we've had a $3 rise in oil. He's still, I know, right? Actually, Justin's not that old. I think Justin's younger. He's not, yeah, Justin's still around. Right. I think Justin's, he's had an interesting career. I don't listen to his music. Melissa actually likes him. She's like, oh, put it this way, Ernest, I'm sure you know both these gentlemen, but if you had to hear about Bieber or Justin, who would you rather deal with? I feel like Justin is the better choice in that one, right? Right. I feel like Justin has some things that I'm like, all right, this is not horrible. I don't like it, but it's not horrible. I find that very difficult to, they'll come a song comes on the radio. I'm like, oh my god, this is horrible. And Melissa will be like, this is Bieber. I'm like, okay, that's exactly why we're turning it off. So yeah. And meanwhile, that Debbie's over here. He's like, but Justin's so cute. It's always somebody like Debbie. Debbie's gonna mess this up for us. But anyway, 114.70. Yeah, it's kind of the next area where we have any major selling. I guess you got a little bit right here, but yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Timberlake over Bieber. All right, there we go. I knew you had me on that one, Nurse. Not that I think that you listen to either of them. You don't have the 8 track of Bieber in the truck, right? No 8 tracks of Bieber, but I do feel like But anyway, if we get the 114.70, look for a reversal of some sort. But yes, the market, I'm assuming, thought OPEC was going to suddenly come to the rescue. But again, it's OPEC plus. OPEC plus has Russia in there. Russia's going to be like, no. Um, so yeah, this is the volatility in this market. And again, we were like flat. It was like kind of, this was awesome. I was like, yeah, flat, flat, flat. This is awesome going in Memorial Day weekend. But now it's like, oh, yeah, that's rough. So yeah, I wouldn't look for reversal until 114.70. Wah, wah, wah. Actually, 114.75. Not fun. Natural gas. Holding firm. Like I said, I don't think we have any sellers until 9:36. Yeah, up 1.75% again. I did pull back from yesterday. Excuse me. Decent level here, right? $8.92. Yeah, that's where we're bracketing right now. I think this one goes a little bit higher. Um, Nothing I really love about trading this one right now. Like I said, I'm very weary to short this ever. And like I said, I think this one, whenever there's a pullback and there's buying opportunity, I think you got to get into this one right now. I think it's going to go higher. I think the EU is going to try to, basically ban Russian natural gas, which again, I hate to label them enemy, but if all of Europe bans Russian natural gas, China will say, okay, we'll take all of it. What's the market rate? Okay, we'll take the cheaper rate, right? They're not going to pay, they're not going to pay the overinflated rate because Europe wants special natural gas. They're just going to take the natural gas because they need it. So, um, you know, I feel like this one has the room to go much, much higher. Like I said, you know, there are basic needs that people have that have to get filled, and China, India have many needs. So I think they will gladly take all the Russian natural gas they can get, and we cannot produce anymore. So, yep. So again, long opportunity. Now gold. So Monday morning, I said get short gold. Actually, I guess it was Monday morning. Actually, Tuesday. Sorry, Tuesday. In our session, I said, hey, listen, after the latest contracts roll at night, here's where the roll actually occurred, right in this area right here. And I said get short, and it's still continuing to push lower. So it is down a little bit more. Again, the data from yesterday, it pushed it down a little bit, and overall, it should come back down again. I think when we get back down to 1832, there may be some buying opportunity, but just like natural gas and oil, I think we're looking for longs. I think again we should be looking for shorts for silver. I'm sorry, for gold. Again, we had this area mark. We weren't going to do much with it. It was yellow, and again, base, 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 and base. So not too much there. Is what it is. Not much to say, guys. Like I said, with gold, I think again, anytime there's a shorting opportunity, I'll delete this. Just again, it's an area where there's a lot of movement around in there. But I will say there is a base right here, and we kind of hit that level. So if you are looking for something more intraday, again, maybe like a 1030 reversal if this pops a little bit higher, 1850, right? 1853. Um, but again, I'm more looking for kind of the extreme ranges, and again, that's why we call this on Tuesday. And this is more of a slow grinder. It's not jumping all over the place right now. Silver, it looks more like this. I mean, I guess you could stretch it. I guess it is 20 cents. It's a decent move. Again, we're back at that 22 mark. I mentioned that 22 has just been this area where it just price gets sucked in. Um, yeah, you know, I'd say right now, looking to get short from here, I'd probably wait till we get back up top again. But silver, look at this. We've been really kind of stuck in the same channel. You could draw it from here to here, and again, here's actually the start of the channel, and there would be the top, and we're on the top third. So I'd say, yeah, looking for shorts more than anything else. But is there great clean shorts? Not really. I mean, like I said, I would have to see some type of a news event or something. For PCE tomorrow, I think you could trade silver. There's not as many Nadex options for it, unfortunately, as gold. But again, this is kind of the old adage here where you know, gold or, oil is to gold as is to Bitcoin, as natural gas is to silver, as is to Litecoin, right? So kind of the same thing. Yeah. All right, let's jump in the indices. Yeah, it's dropping. It should. It is absolutely 100% justified right now. Let's go down to a 15-minute. See what we had at the open today. Yeah, it pulled back. Like I said, I was saying maybe we were putting a top in, but look to see what it did. All it did was pull back, and look at that. There was a confirmation on it too. So there was your base ahead of time. Let's see if this one made it out. 8:30, yes, and then 9:30 it opened directly in there. So 1 for 1 so far, and yeah, this looks like it's way past. Yep, there you go. There's your 1 to 3. You're officially out. So 1 for 1 thus far on the 15-minute strategy. Again, 15-minute. Look for areas of pullback. It drove right back into an area of basing. It was confirmed at 8:30 with the news and drove back in. So not horrible there. 1 sec. I love when you message people and you're like, "Hey, I'll call you back in 45 minutes," and then they message you again. Okay, well, sounds good. I was just asking about this. It's like, yeah, I said I would call you back in 45 minutes. But anyway, ESSI, I hope you guys get this one. Like I said, today we do have some selling coming up, kind of right here. I mean, this was a smaller zone that we talked about. Here's what it looked like. It was a drop, a base, and it was a decent push down. There was a kind of an old level there that it pulled back and used. It's okay. I think actually the one a little bit higher. I'd say that this level is probably a little bit better, but either of these two, again, we're getting close to 10, 50, 10:30. If there's going to be one, this is where kind of the reversal would come in at. Um, you know, we're there now. Do I think it's automatic? No. And again, remember, we were already long. This would have been a long target right now. So even if you did more than the 1 to 3, this should have been your long target on the top side, right? Because you're in a trade from the open. So again, 1 for 1 for ES. I'd say if we can get some basing, we could probably get a top somewhere around here. And again, looking for a 10:30 reversal. Again, is a level here. There is one at 40.53 right above it also. NQ, look at that blue. It sliced right through it. And again, it had been hit, had pushed again, had pushed again, and that's why I with this one marked yellow. Looks like it went all the way up. And again, same explosion. Let's see. Would we have gotten an entry on this one? It drove down. 9:15 candles here. Yeah, probably, because here's the same base. And again, this is an old level. I'll just bring the old level across. I won't even draw a new one. I'll use the old one. There was your old base. There was your confirmation off of it. It didn't get it at 8:30, but it did drive down at 9:15, and there's your 9:30 open inside of a zone. So same principle as well. Again, let's see. Did it get it? Did it get it? Did it get it? Did it get it? Bam, right there. It did hit right before the 1250. Okay, right before the 1250. So again, 2 for 2 on the 15-minute strategy as far as using zones go. And again, this one is also capping out. We are at the 61.8 level right now. So this one is also kind of a reversal area. We had this yellow area marked off because there was some confirmation. It was okay, right? We had it as a yellow. It's there. And you can see we're kind of in that zone right now. So is there potential opportunity for a reversal here? I mean, this is kind of where it comes in at, right? This is kind of where it comes in at. So if it was going to happen today, this is where it is. But overall, I just don't feel that there's much negative about the market. So this would purely be profit taking coming in. It's there. YM. Let's see if YM did it as well. Looks like YM did not make it back. So looks like we're not going to be perfect today. Yeah, pulled back, not into his zone. If you're going to pick this one, you would have used this. Actually, here, we'll pull this one to the side. Here's the last confirmed basing right there. So unfortunately, it did go up. It didn't get back. So we're 2 for 3, right? 2 for 3 thus far. We did talk about an area here. And again, this one was pushed down. It's pretty strong level. Again, that's kind of the top. It's been hit twice and then kind of got front run twice. So maybe like a B plus style rating there. And it's also coming up into that same type of, if we go up just a little bit more, this is the weakest of all of them. YM is the weakest, up 0.14. If we're going to have kind of a reversal and profit taking coming in, we are at a level right here where we've seen it in the past. So again, it's another one that's lining up. But again, 2 for 3 in the opening trades. It did not hit. That potential reversal level is sitting right here at 32,609. And then we have the Russell. And the Russell also did not hit the level. Oh, actually, you know what? This one probably did. There was a confirmation. So there's our confirmation. Right there. There's our last confirmation. 9:30 is the green candle. So 3 out of 4 this morning. Right? 3 out of 4. 1 to 3 is right there. There you go. So how about that for a strategy? 3 out of 4 this morning, just off of the 15-minute opening base strategy for last confirmed zones. Now, we are up. And again, is this one going to reverse? This was an old Harry Potter. So let's remove this to clear it. I can remove this. Pull these old levels off. I don't look as Russell as often, so let's pull some of these old ones that don't matter. That one's good. That's good. That one's good. That's out. Let's pull that. This one is out for profit. We're going to keep this one marked. Let's see. That was an old level that we went through and had a confirmation. So let's adjust this now up top. Touch. So, kind of the same thinking, right? Besides the opening base trade, your opposing target and your profit target have been at 1835.50. We're kind of right there now. Again, 1020. If there's going to be a reversal, this is about when it would happen. Let's see. What did the pending home sales? Oh, so yeah, there was a reversal. This is a negative. They made last time worse, and it got even worse this time. That's a huge difference. So, but look at that. The market's just blowing it out, right? 10 o'clock. Market's like, woo! No one's buying houses. This is awesome. So there is technically the catalyst for the reversal today. When pending home sales goes down that low, again, it does mess with the supply of the market, sure, right? But canceling, and again, do you know why they canceled? Well, there's probably more into the statement. Pending on sales, a forward-looking indicator on home sales based off contract signings slid on April, fell 9.1%. Yeah, 9.1%. So people put contracts in and then no. Sorry. Yeah. And again, doesn't surprise me. The interest rates absolutely skyrocketed. So not necessarily anything surprising that, you know, that we necessarily need to be concerned about. Hold on one sec. Sorry, there's so many disruptions today, I'm telling you. So yeah, if a reversal's coming, again, the data kind of justifies it, but again, it's going to be how much they're going to talk about pending home sales today. But 10% reduction, it's a forward-looking indicator. That reversal's due. So as far as the indices go today, you should have been 3 for 4 on your opening 15-minute trade setup strategy. One of them, the YM did not trigger. As far as looking for the 1030 reversal after, I should come up with like an ebook on this about like the complete handbook. Like there's the 3 a.m. open, there's the 5:30 reversal, there is the 15-minute opening base. Or actually, it's the 30-minute euro open. It is the euro the 5:30 reversal. It is the 15-minute indice. it's like a whole thing, right? The 15 minutes indice open, right? Then we have our 1030 reversal that comes in. We have our parabolic retracement move. Right, we have our news breakout strategy. It's amazing how many little small strategies we got here. So, but yeah, I'd say again, look for reversal there. Trying to see what else we got going. Twitter is like all over the place. Look at this here, gap down, gapped all the way up. Twitter's insane. Apple going to the moon today. right? Apple go to the moon, came down, and look at this, grab this old level, opened up right in that level, and then boom. We'll see if this one, again, if it's going to have a reversal, guess what? Its reversal, its gap is right there. That's where sellers have stepped in 2 other times in the past at 140, 140. So Apple, also there looking for a reversal. Tesla, Tesla's at a level right now, right? You can see that there is a base right there. So, I mean, there is a drop base right there that Tesla's running into. Let's see. It's a little bit above. So fib-wise, it doesn't necessarily matter as much. So, yeah, there's something there, and then it's got a clean run. So we'll see. There's a couple things looking like they could be moving. So, um, all right, guys, that's it with the analysis today. Wow, look at GME. Look at this. Up 25% for the day, right? Up 25% on the day. So I guess everybody should get back into GameStop because GameStop has a successful business model. No, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't, please don't do that. But that's pretty funny. And then AMC. I like AIM. Honestly, of the two, I think AMC has a more viable business model at this point than GME, particularly after the pandemic. But yeah, I don't know why. It's kind of like there's nothing on this one. Unless somebody's buying it. I don't know, maybe is there a headline that somebody's buying it? Big discounts. GameStop is dishing out big discounts. Nvidia poised, yeah. I guess it's the big. Everybody loves the big discounts. So yeah, it's the big discounts because that's gonna them offering big discounts is gonna make them more money, right? Isn't that how it works? You offer huge discounts, you slash your prices, and that helps your profits. No, not so much. All right, so that's it for today. Let's go and pull this in. I don't even know who won Monday. I think we just reset. Didn't we just reset? Neuro won his big one on Monday, and then we reset back down again. So it looks like today is for 50, right? Neuro's in huge again, trying to steal the pot, right? Trying to steal the pot. Where's Briggs when you need him? Today's a day where you need Briggs. Like Briggs, you need to, come on, get in here, spend all those chips, give Neuro some competition. Again, Neuro, I feel that Neuro has a new strategy. I feel like Neuro is now moved himself into the official big blind, guys, where the big blind is going to try to bully the small blinds. Little does he know that there's some magic in these other numbers, right? Yeah, there's some magic in those other numbers. But yeah, I believe that Neuro is I think this is reset. I'll check it after we do the drawing. But I believe you won the last one and got your 250, and I was like, there it is. He took it again. Am I wrong, Neuro? I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I feel like you were because I think last time I gave you the 250. I'm almost positive I gave you the 250 last time because I was like, look at this. He's closing it on Debbie, and Debbie was getting mad. So, anyway, let's close it down. Ernest is like, I'm gonna. I got somebody's got to step in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. So Neuro's got just over 50. I thought it was one more, but I may have lost track. Yeah, I think I gave it. I think last time was the 250 because you went big last time and we reset it. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, if you risk 90 pips to make 50, yeah, it's off, but now you're going for 250 next time. So, I mean, it's kind of, you're just forward thinking, Neuro. Forward thinking. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right, so that's only true if you win today. So, winner of today's drawing is, so yes, gentleman and a scholar. So you got 50 pip chips. You went negative today. Yeah, you keep saying his name, so he won. Debbie, I just want to let you know. You know when I was talking about magic, I was talking about you. I was talking about you, Debbie. Talking about a little magic in there. I absolutely didn't mean Will. I knew that Ernest didn't stand a chance today. Ecky's good for one, but when I said magic, Debbie, I meant you today. I mean, I said your name first today when I talked about, liking Justin, see? Mystical. Ah, see, mystical. I should have said it. All right, let's go over there. Let's give Neuro his 50. Here we go. And again, off with his head, off of his whole head. And here's the thing again, maybe it costs him today, but next time he's going for 100, he can make it all right back again, right? Again, the strategy is pretty viable when the odds are there. I mean, unless people step up, right? When the good don't stop evil, right? Evil's allowed to thrive, is what we're going to say, right? If the good will not get up and protect the innocent, right? Neuro will continue to dominate. And look at this. He's right behind He is right there, right? He is aiming for number 3. He wants a place at the table, baby. On the podium is what he's looking for. So, all right. With that said, I'm out of here. I got to go figure out how to get the girl to school. Yeah, it's 10:30, and I'm like just dropping my daughter for school. Thankfully, she's pre-K, so it doesn't. It's not even real school. She's only got like 4 days left, so we're like, you got to go before it's over. She will be a regular guest on in the program probably next week. I think the 3rd is her last day of school, and then she's off for the summer. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll. Todd told me I should take her to IHOP today, so maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Anyway, have a good trading day. Look at this. The currency market is more or less flattened out at this point. The biggest mover is only 46 pips. Um, if you are trading early tomorrow morning for PCE, remember it will be lower volume because of the holiday. A lot of people are taking off tonight. I know everybody on the coast. I mean, Debbie, you can vouch for me on this one. You know, in Jersey, you guys don't go to the beach; you'll go to the shore, right? But how many people are going to the shore tonight up in Jersey? And for those of you that don't have any idea what I'm talking about, it's actually the same thing, but in Jersey they call the ocean where the sand is the shore, right? You go down the shore where everybody else in Maryland it's you're going to the beach. So yeah, they're like the shore. What do you mean the shore? It's different. But yeah, a lot of people leave tonight to avoid traffic. Yep. See? Sure. Lots. See? Told you. All right. So with that said, be careful. You need me, shoot me a message on Discord. If not, I will catch you guys tomorrow. Take care and thank you for joining today. I'll catch you tomorrow.